The next project is from Sonae, a Portuguese company, and it's a collaboration between Porto Polytechnic and Warsaw University of Technology. Welcome.
Hello everyone, we're Team Sonae, and for the past 9 months we've been reinventing the time of parents and kids. The team behind this project is me, Ola, and Łukasz from Warsaw University of Technology, and Ines, Larissa, and Ricardo from Porto Design Factory. We've been cooperating with our business partner, Sonae MC, which owns the chain of Continental stores. They've been present in Portuguese families for over 35 years, and in this period they became the retail market leaders with more than 200 stores spread all across the country. Because families are their biggest clients, they really do their best to suit their needs. That's why they gave us the challenge. How might we apply the digital concept to improve the lives of Portuguese families? Yeah. Looking at your faces, I actually do see myself back in China 9 months ago asking, okay, but what does the digital actually mean? And this is the question we gave ourselves at the very beginning. And we started with our research and clearly understood that digital is a concept that uses the technology to bridge the physical world and digital world in order to provide the user with a unique interactive experience. So having that in mind, we still needed to understand how can the Portuguese families actually benefit from this trend. So we started with our research and understood and found out that 1 out of 3 people in Portuguese concept, 1 out of 3 people claim that they struggle with balancing the work responsibilities and their family time. And this is especially concerning within the families with kids, as long working hours and additional responsibilities, stressful lives make it even harder to plan and go for routines. And here, let me ask you a simple question. Who here has kids? Okay. I can see some hands here and there. I bet you'll agree that asking your kid to follow their routine can be a nightmare, right? Try to remember how many times did you have to ask them to clean their room, collect their toys. If that sounds familiar to you, then don't worry, you're not alone. In fact, 50% of parents we interviewed claim that keeping up with their children's routine is their biggest source of stress at home. And this, as you understand, leads to the increase of their stress. This is their biggest problem. As well, the fear of not being a good parent. And as a result, the quality time with their kids is being decreased.
Just think about it. But what if time spent at home could be about better family time together instead of parents arguing with their kids? What if we could help kids with their daily routines and go through their daily tasks? And what if we could make parents more confident about their parenting journey? Because we believe that families' routines don't have to be this way, we created TikTask, the game where the family wins. By having the physical concept in mind, TikTask is about integrating the physical duties that the kids need to complete with the digital world that their parents now live into. So let me show you what this is all about.
It's a new way to teach kids good habits and help parents staying on track and getting things done. In their watch, kids have a digital friend, Tick, to take care of while they grow up. And an app for the parents to schedule kids' daily responsibilities, including educational content for them with tips and tricks regarding kids' development. So, how does it work? In the app, the parent can schedule a task. which is sent to the watch, and the kid should perform the task in order to keep Tick healthy and alive. When the task is completed, the kid presses the button to confirm. And as you can see, the dragon is healthier. After checking if the kid performed the task, parents can either confirm or reject it in their app. In the app, parents can set up goals for their kids and pre-select 3 rewards that the kids can win. If the kids achieve this goal, they get to choose their favorite one. After all, we want to better organize the time of family by creating a Tick task, the game where family wins.
As you can see, our solution is then about a smartwatch for the kids, where the kids can play with a digital pet, Tick, and they can also complete the tasks that have been assigned by their parents. And these tasks can be like brushing their teeth, collecting their toys, doing their homework. So like it can be anything really. It's up to the parents to decide. So then of course we also have the app for the parents, where the parents can organize their kids' routines. They can also have access to educational content. And finally, they can set enough rewards. And these rewards can later be chosen by the kids, but they should be about bringing the family together. And at this point, maybe you're asking, but okay, what are the actual benefits for the parents? For the parents, Tick Task will then work as a digital assistant, which will help them organize their kids' routines according to their needs. It will also lead to less stress. Using Tick Task means that there will be no more arguing at home. It is proven that if a kid is used to routines, then he is less prone to arguing and crying. And finally, it will guide parents in their parenting journey by providing them with the best educational content according to their kids' age. And what about the kids? For the kids, Tick Task will increase their confidence by allowing them to become more independent. If a kid knows exactly how to behave at a certain point of the day or under any given situation, then they are more likely to do the tasks by their own. It will also foster commitment and sense of purpose, as the kids now have to take care of Tick, the digital pet that will grow up with them. And finally, it will teach kids good habits by reminding them daily about the importance of routines. Because after all, we want to reinvent the time between parents and kids by allowing them to have better family time together through Tick Task, the game where the family wins. Thank you. Our booth is right here, so I will invite you all to later come and test our prototype. We have the watch and we also have the app, so you are welcome to join us.
Okay, question time, yes?
Why do you need a separate watch? Why don't you just use Apple Watch or Android Watch?
So the question is, why do we need a watch? Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm not using a standard one.
So the reason why we want to have our own watch and not an Apple Watch is because we want the watch to be customized. So if it is just an Apple Watch, it's tailored to an adult design, let's say, and we want to keep design. So it has to be like waterproof, like easily washable. Also, like the colors of the bracelet can change according to different characters. So right now we have a dragon, but it could be like, let's say, a princess or whatever character that you would like. So we want the design of the smartwatch to be tailored to that, and that will not be possible if we would just use like the Apple Watch, for example.
Yes, it was there.
So, but also probably from a cost perspective, is it cheaper to have your own watch than, because I imagine Apple Watch is $350, $400, so probably from a parent's point of view, easier to kind of buy a cheaper watch, right?
So yeah, indeed, you're correct. So the cost of this watch would be way cheaper than an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the question from a parent perspective. All of my children are grown, so I'm from the generation that believed that the arguing and the facilitation of those skills was very important in person with my child. So I'm wondering in your testing if you found that families, the communication, the face-to-face communication and problem solving through arguing or having the child take responsibility for following rules in person with their parent, if that was part of your inquiry and your testing where that responsibility was given to a piece of technology and removing the skill set development of those conflict resolution tools.
Of course, that task we don't want to replace parents. It's like just a tool, and of course, it's not for everyone. So in this case, like our client, and also like person that we were based on was like based on the millennials that has kids right now, and they grow up like within this environment of technology. So it was especially for them.
Just to add on top of what Elisa just mentioned, so we don't want to replace the parents' education on their kids' life. So the educational content here also enter as a way to actually show the parents how they should educate their kids. So I agree that arguing is still healthy, but until a certain extent. Otherwise it will just, like, as we mentioned, increase the stress and the lack of quality of time. But if we can also educate the parents and then they can pass this on to their kids, they can still like be there and not having the technological issue that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that very presentation. Just one question. How do you prevent the kids to just tick off the task even though it's not fulfilled? Do the parents have to confirm it, or is this a question of trust?
So that's a great question.
I can answer. So basically, we have a thing inside the watch. So we have two bars. One is the health bar and one is the coin bar. With health bar, after accomplishing the task, he presses the button. So then the health bar goes up because the dragon is healthier. But we have the second part, parents. Parents validate if the task was done or not. So if the kid didn't perform the task, the parent will notice that, and the interaction between the app and the smartwatch will be like we will draw the consequence out of the children's behavior. So the health bar will go down as it is in the Tamagotchi concept. I know if that answers your question. So this is like the consequence of not accomplishing the task as well.
Yes, it's interesting.
Actually, one more thing that is also very important in our project, we should say that with our solution, we didn't want to get in between the relationship of parent and the kid. So basically, once the kid completes the task, he still needs to confirm it to the parents, right? So we don't want to give a smartwatch to the kid and enough for the parent and stop the relationship between them.
Yeah, I was wondering if you had a version for teachers, but maybe next year project. Thank you very much, guys.